What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Eddie here again, and today I'm going to be talking about my Super73 bike, which is an e-bike. And I noticed that a lot of drone channels have been receiving the honor of having an e-bike shipped to them. And today I want to share with you my Super73, which is not a bike that anybody shipped to me. It's a bike that I bought, but I've had this now for the last 2 to 3 years. Actually, I've owned Super73 e-bikes for the last 5 years, ever since the S1. And this is one of my favorite tools when going out and exploring New York City, and going out and just flying and capturing drones. So I want to tell you a little bit more about Super73 and also give you some specific details and consider this bike when you're looking for an e-bike. All right, so the Super73 model I have is the RX. The RX is a bike that came out about 3 years ago. I want to say possibly even 2. However, Super73 has been making bikes for quite a few years now. Like I said, they started with a Kickstarter program, and that is the OG Super73 bike. It's a very classy looking one with a terrible battery performance. And then from there, they introduced the S1. We've had the S2 now. We've had the ZV series or the ZE series. I might be getting the bike confused with the ZV Sony camera. But they've been making bikes now for quite a long time, and they have several models as part of their lineup. Today I'm going to be talking about specifically the RX, which is the bike that I have and what I really love and enjoy about it. It is a class 3 bike, so you can actually switch mode between class 1, 2, and 3. It has a top speed of 35 miles per hour, which I think is plenty. In New York City, we are regulated in terms of the bike class that you can have and how fast you can go. What I love about it is as of the recent firmware update, it is automatically a class 2 bike. So unless you go into your phone and unlock class 3, you know, you're going to stay underneath that threshold to avoid any problems. Battery performance, you can get about 40 to 75 miles per hour. Again, all depends on how you're riding. Of course, if you're pushing it hard, you're going to get less of a battery life. But if you are just cruising, you can get up to 40, 75 miles per hour. As you can see today, I rode all the way from my house to Far Rockaway Beach, which is about 12, 15 miles. And I'm gonna be able to get here and go back home without any issues. In fact, right now I just checked my battery and I'm at 80% battery life. A really cool feature that I love about the RX line is that it has suspension. Now, you really want to get suspension when you're riding an e-bike. Those bumps in the road are not going to be any pleasing to your rear end. It's actually going to be very uncomfortable and you're going to feel them. The RX has suspension both in the front and the back. And any e-bike that you go out there shopping for, I strongly recommend that you have at least rear suspension, but having one in the front will also definitely help. Circling back on the battery for the Super73, what I do want to mention is that the battery is removable. So this comes in handy when you are leaving your bike locked up, you know, in front of a business, or if you're going to make a pit stop, you just want to lock your bike up with the chain. You have the ability of, you know, removing the battery and putting the battery in your backpack. The battery does come with a lock and key, so you can always, you know, secure it on there and it won't come off. However, the crooks have gotten very creative and definitely know how to take that battery out. So I strongly recommend for you to remove your battery if you're gonna step away from it. This particular bike also has a smart display. So you not only can you use your iOS app or Android app to monitor your bike status, you also have a little LCD screen on the rod itself, and you can monitor things like your battery, how many mileage you have in total, how many miles you have left on your range, as long as changing different settings into the different class modes.
And I've been thinking about crowded. Everything getting so shrouded. And I've been thinking about it. Everything getting so shrouded. I just been spitting my flows. I just been spitting my flows. I just been ripping these shows. Ripping these. Get it, this shit that I know.
Now, what's really cool about the Super 73 is that you can customize so much on it. As you can see on my Super 73, I've added a basket in the middle. That's to help me carry my tripod or a drink or maybe a speaker or some gear. There is no real way of carrying gear on this bike. So that middle compartment that's kind of empty is the best that you can get. So besides that middle compartment, which is sort of like a basket, I also decided to upgrade the lights. The lights on the bike, on this particular bike that I have now, is from Candlebill, I think is how you call it, but the light is a halo light with some low beams and high beams, and I got a great deal on it during Black Friday, but I was also able to install it myself, which is very important when considering if you're buying a bike is, can you add accessories, can you upgrade and do modifications? Besides that, I also changed the tail light, so now I have a wider LED bar in the back, which gives me more visibility at night especially, and cars can see me. It is a daytime running light, so they both stay on. Now electric vehicles are becoming more and more popular all throughout the United States, even outside of the United States. Here today, as I'm sitting at the beach, I've noticed electric scooters, which is nothing new. Also electric unicycles, which is the one wheel device and you're kind of balanced and it helps you balance. And then as well, e-bikes. And there's so many different e-bikes that you can choose from. That you have so many different options, which is great for the consumer because unlike drones, right, you have several different options that can fit your need, whether you want a bike that folds up, whether you want something that's more aesthetically pleasing, or you want something that gives you top range or even top speed. They have all those bikes and in all sorts of different price ranges. Now, what I love about my e-bike is the ability that you can just get up and go anywhere as I started with this video. So my e-bike has been my main form of transportation when navigating the streets of New York City and trying to just enjoy the hobby, the drone hobby, and looking for some epic places to fly. Not only that, the e-bike also allows you to really link up with some cool friends that also have bikes, and you get to definitely explore and stop along different routes and capture those moments that you can with a drone. So let me know what questions you may have about e-bikes, specifically the Super 73. The reason why I'm making this video today is really an introductory video of the Super 73. I know many people have seen my bike on Instagram, for example, and always ask me questions about Super 73 ownership and what's it like having one and what are the pros and cons. I'll probably make an in-depth video review of the Super 73, but for now, just really want to showcase the bike. I've been a long-time Super 73 customer, very pleased with their service, very pleased with their products, and love riding these bikes. And there's nothing bad I can say about a Super 73 except the price. This is one of the best bikes out there, but it's whatever gets you to your destination and whatever gets you riding, I think is the best. So until next time, guys, peace.
Over and have to go out every day with your girl.